Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Now tonight's pour is going to be Spider-Man. Look at there. We got a little action figure of Spider-Man, and this is going to be for a Christmas gift. So my son and his wife, it's on her side of the family, a niece and a nephew. So we're doing the nephew one tonight well, we're doing both of them, but I'm filming the one right now for the nephew with the Spider-Man. And so I'm trying something that I've never done before. So I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I'm hoping, I envision it coming out pretty cool. But we're gonna try it, I guess, because I'm kind of crunched for time. Today is December 8th, and I have to, it's for a Christmas gift, and I have to ship it to Kansas in time. So it's like what, almost 3 weeks away. Is it 3 weeks? I think I'll have time, because if I mess it up, then I'll just go back to my backup plan, and it shouldn't take that much longer. So what I've done is, what I'm going to be doing differently is, my wife bought a Cricut, I don't know, 3 years ago or so. She's never really used it. I think when my son and Tanner and his wife Sarah were out here one time, Sarah kind of showed her a few things, and I think they printed out or did our last name. And I think that's the only time my wife's ever really used it. And I've never used it. So I got it out tonight and did a spider web. So I did, I don't know if you can see that real well, but it just cut it out. I was thinking, and again, I've never worked with one before. I was basically wanting a clear, just a clear sheet, and I thought it was just going to print the spider web on it, and then I could just peel that off, and then when the painting I did dried, I could just put like a big sticker, I could just stick it on there, and since it would be clear, you could see through it except for where the web is. What I just didn't know. Now I know, it just cut it out. It just cut it out. And I already took the panels that I don't want out and threw those away. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to peel that off and put it on the canvas before I paint. And what I've done right now is I have painted the canvas white. So and I'm waiting for it to dry, and then I'll put the web on there, the sticker of the web on there, and I got the little Cricut tool, so I will smooth it out, get it real tight, so it's hopefully so that when I paint over it, it won't bleed underneath it. So I'm gonna get it on there really good and firm, and then then I'll paint it, which I think I'm gonna go with a red background and some black and white coming out like where he shoots it out of the web out of his hands. And so since this has a point here, like where the web is, that's going to be the point of where it's coming out of his hand, like that on the painting. So I'm going to fix that on there. I'm going to paint it, and then once that dries, then I'm going to peel that web up. And so since I painted the canvas white underneath that, it'll have the white lines as the web, and in between the actual webbing should be the painting that I did. And so I think it's going to turn out pretty cool. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. So I guess you can find out with me how it's going to go. All right, so we got the white paint down. It's kind of hard to tell that I just put white down on here because it looks like the canvas anyway. So we have our web here. This might take a little bit. Got a little pink paint on there. I was painting around it last night.
but that's fine. So I want it to be about right there. And down just a little bit. Like right there. So, peel it this way. Start about right here. This is going to be tricky.
probably get some bleeding under there because it's not sticking very well to the in some spots. But we can touch it up. So I would like that. And I got to thinking about this morning is hopefully it peels. I'm gonna have to not wait for it to fully dry to peel this up, because acrylics are kind of a rubbery, when they're real rubbery, really. And I'm afraid if I wait till it dries, when I start to peel it up, it'll actually pull up the paint as well in splotches. And so I gotta wait for it to be just about the right. Still wet, but not totally dry. So I gotta get it at the right moment to peel it up. We will try to get that on. Try to get this off at the right time, and hopefully that'll work. I don't know why this is well, I do remember my wife telling me that the roll of that we cut this on was cheap General Dollar vinyl stuff, so that's probably why. All right, so now I need to mix the paints and get them ready to paint, and so we'll be back shortly. So, all right, here we go. So I cut off some excess because I'm probably gonna lift this up, pick it up and move it around. Trying to get these out right before I pour it. It's just not sticking well. All right, let's try to cover this up a little bit. Using spare paper towels because oh, there's my roll. I couldn't find my roll. Now I just saw it. I'm getting low on paper towels, so I need to get another roll in here. torch real quick. So we'll have our Spider-Man here. We'll peel that up. She looks like. And hopefully we can get this peeled off at the right time so we won't pull a bunch of paint up as well. All right, I think we're at a good point where it won't run if I pull it up. So it's dried all around here, as you can see. It bled under it pretty good. This may not work very well. Now I just got to find the point of it. Yeah, that pretty much just bled. Yeah, that pretty much did not stick to the canvas at all. Bled underneath it really bad. So I might have to just go. I'll have the spots where they're at. I'll have to just go with the paintbrush, white paint, and paint it in. All right, we'll have to wait for it to dry even more before we get to that. All right, as you can see, it has dried completely. You can still see the lines in here, but I want to go ahead and paint in that in white. And I am under the belief that this just didn't just bleed underneath it. I think it soaked through that cheap vinyl cutout I did. That's why basically it didn't work how I wanted it. So I got some paint on here, some white and some red, because there's a few spots here that pulled up the red right here. So I'm going to paint those in red first. Just paint some red in there, just to kind of cover it up. Sorry, that's the dog. I don't know if that really needs it. All right, so there's what we've ended up with. It's not the best that I was hoping for, but we do with what we can deal with. So we'll have to wait for this to dry, and then we can get it resin and get the Spider-Man placed in there. Alrighty. All right, as you can see, it got it all dried. Now, I didn't film it, but I went ahead and I have a paint pen, and I just put black lines on the inside of all these to kind of define it a little bit more, which I think it makes it look a lot better. So we're going to put this Spider-Man right there. That's where we're going. Like that. So we have a 10 by 20 canvas. We've got it taped on the back. And we're going to do 7 ounces of epoxy. It's Promise epoxy. 3.5 of the hardener, 3.5 of the epoxy. I do also have 5 more ounces of resin to do this one over. I got one over here that I'm doing the same, and I'll stop filming and film each of these. But so we're gonna finish this one up first, and then we'll do this one. But first, I've got to put resin on both of these and spread it around on with the glove on, so I don't have to change gloves. So we're trying to get all but 5 ounces. Let's see how much we got here left. A little bit more. All right, I'm gonna do it off camera, but I'm gonna pour the resin over here on this one. All right, so we're back to, we got all the resin spread on this. Start torching, get those air pockets out of there. We finish up the other painting real quick. It's a little bit smaller canvas size, So we were able to get it, knock it out pretty quick. And we'll start on this one. Looks like we got a little something in there. We sure do. I don't know what that was, but we got it out of there. I do see a lot of bumps, but I think that's in just the paint itself was stuck up in a couple places because of the way we did the spider web. That's all right. Spots. All right. So we're going to take Spider-Man and we're going to get him right in there. All right. There you go. How do you like that? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button if you like this one. And as always, if you haven't subscribed yet, shame on you. You should subscribe to this channel. And as always, thanks for watching.